This is KCCI News Channel 8.
I thought maybe I'd just be the only goofball out there, but we've got quite a few additional kids with that.
The Eagle Grove boys basketball coach shaved his head, calling himself a goofball. Apparently a lot of his players and other students decided they wanted the same title. They're actually doing it to honor a star basketball player who is now in the hospital suffering from a very serious injury. Dan Lesher and some friends were hot tubbing Friday night when Dan ran outside to cool off quickly.
Somehow he slipped, fell, and broke a couple of vertebrae. He was paralyzed. News Channel 8's Travis Graven in our Ames Live link tonight. Travis, folks in Eagle Grove are showing support in a very unique way, it looks like.
They sure are, Kevin. Now, doctors say Dan Lesher may never walk again, but his friends and teammates are standing by him. In fact, several of the Eagle Grove Eagles have now become the Bald Eagles in support. The buzz of a razor fills the locker room at Eagle Grove High School. Dozens of boys basketball players and other students are going bald.
Well, yeah, I spent the lunch hour, an hour and a half doing who knows how many.
Dan had a little receding hairline, and it was getting pretty bad, and so after seeing your pictures, his mom let him shave it, and he's been bald since, and it's just something nice we can do for him, you know, just respect.
It's a tribute to friend and teammate Dan Lesher. He was a star athlete until an accident last week left him paralyzed. It's been a shock to his coach and friends who are doing their best to cope.
The number one thing I think was just his consistency as a person, whether it be in school or in sports. I think he was always consistent in his work ethic and his attitude.
Whenever I play basketball, whenever I dribble, it's kind of a thought towards him.
Students even came up with a t-shirt to raise money for Dan's medical expenses. It says, Dan the Ma, his nickname since 8th grade when he got a high score on a video game.
As Dan, he was trying to put in Dan the Man because he thought he was all cool and best at the game. Didn't quite fit, so he's now Dan the Ma.
A little humor, pretty fitting for a guy they say was a jokester. They also say he's tough and determined.
He's going to do whatever he can, and he's a strong guy, and if anyone can get through it, it's him. It's tough to move on without him there, but, I mean, he would want us to. You know, you just got to get through.
And the team will hit the hardwood tonight for the first time without Dan. Now, Friday night is senior and parents' night in Eagle Grove, and they plan to dedicate Friday night's game to Dan.
All right, and how is Dan doing, Travis?
Well, Kevin, tomorrow he's scheduled for a very long surgery where they're going to try and fuse together those vertebrae. I'm told that he and his parents are strong and in good spirits, but Dan definitely has a tough and long road ahead of him.
All right, we're all pulling for him. Thank you very much, Travis.